my dear friends. Tzedakah, with our tefillos, with our prayers for our brothers and sisters in Eretz Yisrael, and for obviously the coming revelation of Mashiach now. Now, talking about the revelation of Mashiach, we are told that Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, who was our first redeemer, in terms of he's the one who took us out of first exile of Egypt, who Goel Achron, he is the last redeemer. He's the one, at least his soul will be present in the body of somebody else, but it will be his soul who will be taking us out of exile. So it's a process, started in Egypt, continuing throughout the entire exile, until finally now when we're coming out of exile. So it's no wonder that his name of Moshe is mentioned in every parsha in the Torah since his birth in Parsha Shmos, except from the parasha of this week. The parsha which starts, you should command. God is telling Moshe Rabbeinu, you should command the Jewish people. They should bring you the oil for the lighting of the menorah in the temple, and that oil has to be perfectly 100% pure, coming from an olive that you crushed. The first drop of oil coming out from this crushing of the olive. Now, in this parsha, his name is not mentioned. Why is that? Every commentator asks the same question, and so many answers are given. I'll give you the first classic, which is, since Moshe Rabbeinu, after the sin of the golden calf, where God was going to eradicate the entire Jewish people, and tells Moshe Rabbeinu, I've had it with them, I'm starting a new people with you. And Moshe Rabbeinu said, God, no deal. If you eradicate them, if you erase them, then you erase me too. Moshe Rabbeinu stood up for the Jewish people. He was ready to sacrifice himself, his relationship with God, and he says, God, if you destroy them, I go with them. Erase me from the Torah that you have written. Since this is what Moshe Rabbeinu said, God said, okay, in one parasha, your name will not be mentioned. And therefore, in the parasha of this week, why punkt va'ata tetzave? Why exactly this one? So, again, classic answer is because it is the parasha which is read in close proximity of Zayin Adar, the 7th day of the month of Adar, which is the day of Moshe Rabbeinu's passing. So it's appropriate that in this parasha, his name is not mentioned. Yeah, but hold on, there's a problem here. He was also born on the 7th day of the month of Adar. So why choosing a date of his birth? And even the day of his passing? Don't we do all kinds of commemorations when a person passes away? So the answer, as the Rebbe gives in many Chassidic discourses and in the Sikha of Tafshin Nun Beis 1992, the Rebbe says the following. In this parasha, we're talking about the infinite connection between Moshe and the Jewish people. Tetzaveh, the meaning of the word tetzaveh does not mean just commanding, but the tetzaveh means connecting. Moshe Rabbeinu, as the same is true with the leader of every generation, the Moshe of every generation. Their task, their mission, is to connect us, the infinite us, with the infinite dimension, so to say, although infinite in dimension is an oxymoron, but with the infinite existence of God. Who is the one who connects us? Is Moshe Rabbeinu. And therefore, it's nameless. It's beyond name. Because a name is a definitive, is a description, is finite. Reason why it's called Moshe, so we know because he was pulled out of water, so it's referring to a certain character, a certain quality, a certain characteristic, a story. Here God says to Moshe Rabbeinu, it is the essence of you. Ato, you. What are you doing? You are going to bring out the infinite light which exists within every Jew by, unfortunately, which reveals itself through being crushed. Not just pressed, but when we are being crushed, it is the ultimate light which comes out and shines through, which connects us with Hashem in an infinite way. And therefore, the name is not mentioned. So, Eibishter, we are being crushed. The crushing of these days is painful. You have already the most beautiful oil, all the amazing stories which comes out of self-sacrifice, of loving your fellow Jew, of achdus, of unity, is happening now. So, send us Melech HaMashiach, the Moshe Rabbeinu of our generation, to take us out of exile now.